if you do me the honor of reading a First-Class Catastrophe, I predict that when you reach the chapters, right around the middle of the book, you're going to be slapping your forehead and saying, oh my God, it's the same thing all over again. ETFs, which are basically derivatives, if we think about it, they're a novel form of derivative. ETFs are a very cumbersome way to funnel market opinion into the marketplace, because the demand for an ETF's shares are not the same as the demand for the underlying stocks that they own. You may own all the blue chips you want, but if no one wants to buy the shares of the ETF, you can't sell them. So one of the things that concerns me is in 87 and in every market crash since, the forgotten risk factor is what? Liquidity. Liquidity. Can you sell when you want to sell? And at how big of a discount? And ETFs pose a significant liquidity problem, and I think that's what happened in the most recent. It certainly was influential in the flash crash of 2010, which you may be familiar with, May 6, 2010, in the middle of the, a friend of mine jokes, he said, well, you've got the crash in 1929, you got the crash in 1987, you got the crash in 2008, and you got the crash at 2:45 p.m. And that was the flash crash. It happened in a 20-minute span. The market just plummeted, liquidity completely disappeared, and prices fell almost to the floor. Well, and in that crash, at that time, surprisingly, since it was just a decade ago, ETFs were a very minor component of our marketplace. Nothing compared to what they are now. But ETFs were disproportionately damaged in the flash crash. And various studies have been done to try to understand why. But if you were to ask me, what are the two things that scare you the most about how this market will respond if we hit something like 87, one of them would be ETFs, and the other would be indexing. I think those are the two forces that have the potential to do the most damage and that we have the least understanding about, and very limited regulatory tools to bring to bear.